Do you struggle to find a balance between productivity and inner peace? In this video, we will explore the importance of setting boundaries to maintain balance and inner peace. Lesson 1. Reflect on your needs. Creating boundaries begins with understanding yourself. In Buddhism, self-awareness is the foundation of inner peace. To find peace, one must first know what disrupts it. The Buddha taught mindfulness as a way to observe thoughts and feelings. Reflecting on your needs means becoming aware of what brings you joy and what causes distress. Take time to sit in silence. Listen to the sounds around you and observe your breath. This practice of mindfulness will help you understand your inner world. When you are aware of your needs, you can make better choices. Your peace comes from honoring those needs without guilt or shame. The teachings of Buddhism encourage us to observe the roots of suffering. Much of our suffering comes from unmet needs or unclear boundaries. If you feel overwhelmed, it may be because you have allowed too many demands on your time. When you reflect on your needs, you understand what must be prioritized. This awareness can protect you from overcommitment. Reflection also involves kindness to yourself. Buddhists emphasize compassion not only for others but also for oneself. Treat your needs with the same care as you would treat a friend's needs. This is not selfishness. This is self-respect. Reflecting on your needs allows you to protect your mental and emotional well-being. When you reflect, ask yourself what you need to feel balanced. Do you need more rest, time alone, or fewer distractions? The answers will guide your actions. This process is not about judging yourself but understanding what supports your well-being. In Buddhism, this is the path to harmonious living. Mindfulness helps you recognize patterns. You may notice that certain activities drain you while others energize you. Use this knowledge to shape your boundaries. Reflection is a continuous practice. As your life changes, your needs may also change. Stay present and adapt your boundaries as needed. In the teachings of the Buddha, balance is a key principle. Reflecting on your needs helps you find this balance. When you live in harmony with your needs, you protect your peace and productivity. You also become a source of positivity for others. This is how inner peace spreads outward. Lesson 2. Define your limits. After understanding your needs, the next step is to define your limits. Limits are the lines that protect your time, energy, and peace. In Buddhism, limits are not walls but guidelines for living in harmony. They help you say yes to what matters and no to what does not. Defining your limits requires clarity. You must be honest with yourself about what you can handle. The Buddha taught the importance of the middle way. This means avoiding extremes. Your limits should not be so rigid that they isolate you, nor so loose that they overwhelm you. Find the balance that supports your well-being. Start by identifying areas where you feel stretched. These are signs that your limits need attention. Consider your work, relationships, and personal time. Where do you feel overburdened? These are the places to set boundaries. Defining limits is not about rejecting others but about protecting your inner peace. Limits should reflect your values. If you value family, make time for them. If you value creativity, protect your creative time. In Buddhism, living according to your values brings harmony. When your limits align with your values, you feel more at peace. Communicating your limits may feel uncomfortable at first, but clear limits prevent misunderstandings. For example, if you need quiet time in the morning, let others know. When people understand your limits, they are more likely to respect them. In Buddhism, honesty is a virtue. Honest communication is a form of kindness. Setting limits is also about self-care. You cannot give to others if you are empty. Defining your limits helps you recharge so you can be more present for those who need you. The Buddha taught that caring for yourself is part of caring for the world. Once your limits are clear, practice them consistently. This will strengthen your boundaries. Remember that limits are flexible. As your life changes, your limits may also need to change. Stay mindful and adjust as needed. Defining your limits is an act of love for yourself and others. It allows you to live authentically and with purpose. When you honor your limits, you protect your peace and enhance your productivity. Lesson 3. Communicate clearly. Clarity begins with simplicity. Say what you mean without unnecessary words. For example, if you cannot take on more work, say so politely but firmly. Avoid blaming others or making excuses. Speak from your own perspective. Use I statements such as "I need some quiet time to focus." Tone is as important as words. Speak calmly and with respect. The Buddha emphasized that words should be both truthful and gentle. Even when setting firm boundaries, kindness should guide your speech. This helps maintain harmony in your relationships. Be consistent in your communication. If you change your message, it may confuse others. For example, if you say you need time for yourself but later agree to extra demands, your boundary becomes unclear. Consistency shows that you take your needs seriously. It also helps others respect your boundaries. Listening is a part of clear communication. When you set boundaries, others may share their thoughts or feelings. Listen to them without interrupting. In Buddhism, listening with an open heart is a form of compassion. It shows that you value their perspective while still honoring your own. Communicating boundaries may feel uncomfortable at first. You may worry about offending others or being misunderstood. Remember that clear communication is not selfish. It is a way to protect your peace and well-being. The Buddha taught that inner peace benefits everyone. When you are at peace, you can be more present for others. Practice makes communication easier. Start with small boundaries and gradually move to larger ones. Each step builds your confidence. Over time, clear communication becomes a natural part of your life. This strengthens your relationships and protects your productivity. Clear communication is a skill that brings balance and harmony. It helps you express your needs while respecting others. In Buddhism, this is the path of mindful living. When you communicate clearly, you create a life that honors your peace and purpose. Lesson 4. Set specific rules. Specific rules make your boundaries clear and actionable. In Buddhism, discipline is seen as a path to freedom. The Buddha taught that rules guide us toward peace and wisdom. Setting specific rules helps you stay focused on what matters. Rules should be simple and practical. For example, if you need quiet time, set a rule like no phone calls after 8 p.m. Clear rules leave no room for confusion. They help you and others understand what is acceptable. Consistency is key to effective rules. Follow them regularly and others will take them seriously. If you break your own rules, it sends a mixed message. For example, if you allow interruptions during your quiet time, others may not respect that boundary in the future. Consistency builds trust in your boundaries. Rules should be adaptable. As your needs change, your rules may need to change too. For example, during busy times, you may need stricter rules about your availability. Flexibility allows your rules to serve you better. In Buddhism, the purpose of rules is to reduce suffering and increase joy. Your rules should do the same. They should protect your peace, support your productivity, and create harmony in your life. When you set specific rules, you take a step toward living mindfully and intentionally. Lesson 5. Be consistent. Consistency is the foundation of strong boundaries. In Buddhism, consistency is linked to mindfulness and discipline. The Buddha taught that regular practice leads to inner peace and wisdom. Similarly, consistent boundaries protect your peace and productivity. When you are consistent, others learn to respect your boundaries. For example, if you consistently decline requests that overwhelm you, people will understand your limits. Inconsistency, however, creates confusion. If you sometimes say yes to demands that disrupt your peace, others may continue to make those demands. Consistency also builds trust. When you honor your own boundaries, you show self-respect. This teaches others to respect you as well. In Buddhism, self-respect is a form of compassion. It allows you to care for yourself so you can better care for others. Being consistent does not mean being rigid. Life is unpredictable and flexibility is sometimes needed. However, flexibility should not compromise your core boundaries. For example, if you need quiet time every evening, make exceptions only when truly necessary. This balance reflects the Buddhist teaching of the middle way. Consistency requires mindfulness. Pay attention to situations where your boundaries may be tested. For example, if you feel pressured to say yes, pause and reflect. Mindfulness helps you stay true to your boundaries even in challenging moments. Consistency also strengthens your inner resolve. Each time you uphold your boundaries, you reinforce your commitment to your peace. This creates a positive cycle. The more consistent you are, the more natural it becomes to protect your well-being. In Buddhism, consistency is a form of practice. Just as daily meditation builds mindfulness, consistent boundaries build peace. Over time, they become an integral part of your life. This creates stability and harmony in your relationships and work. Consistency protects your energy and focus. It allows you to live intentionally and with purpose. In Buddhism, this is the path to liberation. When you are consistent with your boundaries, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and distractions. This is a gift to yourself and those around you. Lesson 6. Use positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement encourages others to respect your boundaries. In Buddhism, kindness and gratitude are powerful tools for creating harmony. The Buddha taught that positive actions create positive results. Using positive reinforcement builds understanding and cooperation. When someone respects your boundary, acknowledge it. For example, if a colleague avoids interrupting your focus time, thank them. This shows appreciation and encourages them to continue. Gratitude is a central teaching in Buddhism. Expressing it strengthens relationships and fosters goodwill. Positive reinforcement can also be nonverbal. A smile, a nod, or a gesture of appreciation can convey your gratitude. In Buddhism, small acts of kindness are seen as meaningful. They create ripples of positivity that benefit everyone. Encourage others to support your boundaries by showing how it benefits them too. For example, if a friend respects your need for rest, you can be more present when you spend time together. Highlighting mutual benefits fosters understanding. This reflects the Buddhist principle of interconnectedness. Positive reinforcement is also a way to practice patience. Not everyone will immediately respect your boundaries, but acknowledging their efforts, even small ones, encourages progress. In Buddhism, patience is seen as a strength. It allows us to remain peaceful and steady in our actions. Be consistent with your reinforcement. Recognize and appreciate respectful behavior whenever it happens. This reinforces the importance of your boundaries. Over time, positive reinforcement creates a culture of respect in your relationships. Using positive reinforcement does not mean ignoring violations of your boundaries. When boundaries are crossed, address it calmly and clearly. However, focus on encouraging positive behavior whenever possible. This approach creates harmony and reduces conflict. Positive reinforcement is a tool for building respect and understanding. It aligns with the Buddhist teaching of right action. By encouraging others to respect your boundaries, you create an environment that supports peace and productivity for everyone. Lesson 7. Evaluate and adjust. Boundaries are not fixed. They need regular evaluation to remain effective. In Buddhism, reflection is a core practice. The Buddha encouraged self-inquiry as a way to grow and adapt. Evaluating and adjusting your boundaries ensures they continue to serve you well. Take time to reflect on your boundaries. Notice what is working and what is not. For example, if a boundary feels too rigid or too loose, it may need adjustment. Mindfulness helps you observe these patterns without judgment. Life is dynamic and your needs may change. For example, a boundary that worked during a busy period may no longer be necessary during quieter times. Adjusting your boundaries allows them to remain relevant. This flexibility reflects the Buddhist teaching of impermanence. Evaluation also involves seeking feedback. Ask trusted friends or colleagues how they perceive your boundaries. Their insights can help you understand how your boundaries affect others. In Buddhism, wisdom is seen as a collective effort. Learning from others enhances your understanding. Adjusting boundaries may feel uncomfortable, especially if it involves change. However, growth often comes from discomfort. The Buddha taught that embracing change leads to liberation. When you adjust your boundaries mindfully, you create a life that better aligns with your needs and values. Use this process as an opportunity for self-compassion. If a boundary did not work as planned, do not blame yourself. Instead, see it as a chance to learn and improve. In Buddhism, mistakes are seen as part of the path to wisdom. Regular evaluation ensures that your boundaries continue to protect your peace and productivity. It allows you to adapt to new challenges and opportunities. This practice keeps you aligned with your purpose and values. Evaluating and adjusting your boundaries is a form of mindful living. It helps you stay connected to your needs and maintain balance. In Buddhism, this is the path to harmony. When you reflect and adapt, you create a life that supports your peace and well-being. Lesson 8. Seek support when needed. Support can come from many sources. Trusted friends, family, or colleagues can provide encouragement and understanding. Sharing your boundaries with them makes it easier for them to respect and support them. In Buddhism, open communication strengthens connections. Professional support can also be valuable. Therapists, coaches, or mentors can offer tools and strategies for maintaining boundaries. Their guidance can help you navigate challenges and stay true to your needs. In Buddhism, seeking wisdom from others is seen as a strength, not a weakness. Support can also come from within. Meditation and mindfulness practices build inner resilience. When you face challenges to your boundaries, these practices help you stay calm and centered. The Buddha taught that true support comes from cultivating inner strength. Do not hesitate to seek support when you need it. In Buddhism, interdependence is a key principle. We are all connected and can draw strength from each other. Asking for help is not a sign of failure. It is an acknowledgement of our shared humanity. Support helps you stay consistent with your boundaries. It reminds you that you are not alone in your efforts. This encouragement strengthens your resolve and makes it easier to protect your peace and productivity. Seeking support is a way to practice humility. It allows you to learn from others and grow. In Buddhism, humility is seen as a virtue. It opens the door to wisdom and understanding. Support creates a network of respect and care. It helps you maintain balance and harmony in your life. In Buddhism, this is the path to liberation. When you seek support, you strengthen your ability to live mindfully and intentionally. By reflecting on these teachings and applying them, you can create boundaries that honor your peace and enhance your productivity. This is not just a practice for yourself but a way to bring harmony to those around you. Through mindfulness, compassion, and discipline, you can protect your well-being and live a life of purpose and balance.